Hey Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so please tap subscribe to join the original 200k Narwhals. What are your personal tips for people losing weight that helped you? Use my MyFitnessPal app, count your calories, and don't cheat. Stay under what you burn for the day based on height, weight, and gender, and you will lose weight. I've lost 30 pounds in 4 months. And stop drinking. I used to be obese and am now at a BMI of 21-ish. Some things that help me. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. In fact, you don't even need to exercise at all. Just watch what you eat. But what helped me is realizing how little exercising burns calories and thinking to myself, is this cookie worth a 3.5-mile run? And do not tell people that you're trying to lose weight. Let the results speak for themselves. And this works for me because I'm sometimes lazy. If I'm hungry at night, I floss. Then when I want to eat something, I'll think, but I'll have to floss again. Plus, you'll have healthier teeth. A cookie equals 3.5 miles is a reality check. No cookie worth that for me. When you feel like snacking, ask yourself if you're hungry/bored. A lot of the time, all it takes is drinking a glass of water and finding something else to occupy your mind, rather than snacking. That seems to be my biggest problem. I notice that I get really hungry if I'm bored. I think I need to take up a new hobby to use up time. Show up. It doesn't matter how small the goal is. Do that damn thing. Start small and then fill in the rest of the blanks. I started out with 5 push-ups a night, which I could barely do, and now I can do 50 plus, no problem. Alright, I lied, I can do 40 with some difficulty, but still, it's true what you said. Just start small and do your hardest. You have to start somewhere. And don't go all out and start a super hardcore diet or workout regimen. Make slow, steady changes to your lifestyle until you are at a moderate health and then really go for it. Easiest is switching out soda or fruit juice for water and then just getting in more walking time wherever applicable. I only serve myself 75% of what I want to eat for dinner. That way I'll eat, be finished, and if I'm snackish later, I can finish what I've left over, rather than eating 100% of my dinner plus a snack later. And keep drinking water all the time. Stand and walk as often as you can. Sometimes I will intentionally leave my water bottle in the kitchen so that I have to get up and go across the house every few minutes to get a drink. Over the past few years, I have lost 60 pounds and I'm finally thinner, fitter too, than I was in my senior year of high school. I lost about 100 pounds a couple of years ago and I've kept most of it off. One major thing that helped was focusing more on fresh ingredients. The frozen food aisle is your enemy for various reasons. Full of preservatives and unwanted chemicals and often lacking in nutrition. They're also typically sky high in salt. And get a crock pot. Use it for things like chicken breasts. And get used to eating leafy greens. Lettuce gets a bad rap, but romaine has good vitamins, and even lowly iceberg delivers a lot of water to your system. I found green peppers helped as well. Discover what you like in this area. A good go-to meal would be lean meats, typically birds or fish, and leafy greens. Avoid gimmicks like shakes, energy drinks, diet sodas, protein powders, the list goes on. And needless to say, cut out the junk food and reduce the bread. It helps to picture a good old-fashioned meal on a plate. Some light meat, some dark greens, maybe a slice of bread, but not a lot. Relatedly, our society has become sandwich obsessed, and this delivers too much bread. Get out of the sandwich rut. As a psychological motivator, it can sometimes help to set a cutoff time, like don't eat past 7 p.m. until the next day. Your mileage may vary. Moderate weightlifting helps reduce my hunger pangs. And don't expect to change everything all at once. A lot of things are acquired tastes. Improve something, a week or two later, try to improve another area, and so on. Meal prepping was definitely something that helped me a lot. Having your calories sorted and ingredients ready to go for the working week on the Sunday makes it so much easier to not go out and eat unhealthy lunches or succumbing to ready-made instant dinners. Also, stopping external factors that cause you to go off your diet. I'd always have friends who would say, "Oh, but it's just a few chips or one ice cream in the week can't hurt." When you start learning to say no and keep your foot down about it, they'll eventually stop tempting you when you're going out. Don't tell anyone. Don't advertise it on any social media. Don't bring it up in conversation with anyone. For me, this has a twofold effect. One, you own the goal. You don't answer to anyone but yourself, and it becomes a lifestyle rather than a mission. And two, you don't have to have the innate talks with people who know every last thing about weight loss. If you're in this path, good luck. Agree with this. You get well-meaning but not always useful advice, usually unprompted. If you start a dialogue about your weight, people feel free to comment, and it can get so weird and intrusive. Is still on your diet, can't even have a little slice when they see you skipping the cake at work. And passive-aggressive. Most people are supportive, but it just takes one to get under your skin. Know your limits and make realistic goals. So many people thinking that they're just gonna up and start exercising at 5 a.m. each morning for the next 6 months. Start small and it will add up. No need to deep dive into an hour of exercise every day. Start with 10 minutes and work your way up. And decide that you'll take the stairs instead of the elevator when you go to work. Forego the sugar in your morning coffee. After a few months, you'll have gradually made substantial change. Make lifestyle changes for lasting health improvements, not just a 6-week program. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's nice to go on an exercise binge or try a new diet and exercise routine, but so many people seem to think that they can do a short program and celebrate with cake and ice cream after they finish. For me, it's find out what you can buy and what you can't, or what you can sub in to still have that craving without it being so bad for you. For example, I freaking love fruit juice. I love it. If I could marry it, I would. I can buy a bottle and drink it in a day, especially red grape juice. It's just too good. And yeah, it has vitamins in it, but it's basically colored sugar water. So instead of buying a juice I'll drink in a day, I buy grapefruit juice or cranberry juice. Those are still good and I like them, but a small glass satisfies my craving and I don't keep drinking it because it's too bitter. A grapefruit juice lasts me 2 weeks easy. For me, it's better to remind myself that I have juice at home than to not buy it and randomly grab a bottle that I'll drink almost immediately. I'm not really a sweets person, so I don't have to cut out ice cream or chocolate because I normally don't buy them. Instead, I have to watch my lunches and dinners. Sometimes it's just subbing things, like I want spaghetti. I used to make it half ground beef, half hot sausage, mushrooms, and onions. It was delicious. And now I do it with shredded chicken, frozen veggies, and whole wheat pasta. Less terrible for me, more fiber and good veggies so it's more filling, but still hits that spaghetti craving. I lost about 65 pounds 14 years ago. The number one thing is you have to want to do it and find out what works for you. If you are doing it because you need to or should, you probably won't be successful. Nobody can make you do it or do it for you. I ate pretty much the same meals every day. For me, that eliminated the need to think about food outside of time to eat. I've had plenty of people say that they could never do that, but it worked for me. Find a filler food that you like. I ate a ton of green beans because I like them. They don't have many calories and took up space in my stomach. Also, someone already mentioned, don't tell people that you are trying to lose weight. You will be easier on yourself when you screw up, which you will. Don't make excuses, just get back on track ASAP. Also, if you are spending all day thinking about the diet, the last thing you need is everyone asking you how it's going, especially when you hit a plateau. And don't weigh yourself too often. My mother used to weigh herself every single day and write down the results to the nearest 100 grams, as well as keeping a strict food journal. Perhaps her strategy works, as she is fitter and healthier than me at 63 than I've ever been, but it was so off-putting seeing her so obsessive over it. And for a while there, I was worried about her relationship with food and weight. I also think that may have contributed to my aversion to weighing myself or tracking food for a long time and putting weight on, because I did not want to find myself in that situation. I would suggest picking a day, once a week, fortnight, whatever, for weighing and sticking to it. You are less likely to get stressed out by day-to-day fluctuations and get a better view of trends. I have started donating plasma once a month at my local blood bank and have to weigh myself there, so that is my official day. And I don't allow myself on the scales at home more than once in between appointments, just to see how I'm going. And that brings us to the end, Narwhals. And please tap subscribe to join the original 200k Narwhals. And lastly, here's our featured Narwhal of the day. And not the best comparison photos, but the left is me 1 year ago, and the right is me 1 day ago.